Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So today we're doing a Pisces reading because it's Pisces season. Um, so we got 6 questions here. A card that best describes you currently. How can you improve your self confidence and energy to channel to improve your communication? There we go. And how can you set healthy boundaries? And how can you incorporate more divine masculine or feminine energy into your daily life? And a new way to express yourself creatively. Now, Pisces, couple informations about them. They are a fish. Right there. Hold on. I had the cards in my pocket. Pisces, they are a fish. I was like, I had the card. I know I did. But yeah, we also have some cards here. That's gonna get into that for a little bit. But Pisces, they are fish, right? 2 fish to be exact. Um, it's Pisces seasons from February 19th to March 20th. Pisces are the sign of like empath, compassion, sensitive to emotion, their emotions and others' emotions, very intuitive. They always try to adapt their feelings and mood to the environment, like an empath normally does. And their strengths are that they're very mysterious, mystique, and intuitive, creative, romantic, passionate, and sensitive. Now, some weaknesses is that they are unrealistic, submissive, self pity, dependent, and codependent. Escapists. Um, they're a water sign. They're a minute water sign, so not that much changes. But I know there's but they adapt to like their changes. You ever had fish? Right? There's freshwater fish and then there's saltwater fish. Okay? And then there's certain type of like water conditioners for specific fish. Okay? I learned the hard way. Like beta fish, they can be in a tank with other fishes. Okay? You just have to find who are compatible with them. Right? And put them in a tank. But do not use that beta water conditioner in that tank with the other fishes. You would just think, oh, it's water conditioner, they would be fine. The beta fish would be fine. The regular fish would not be fine, okay? Because they're not able to live through that water conditioner like the beta fish is. But you can do like regular water conditioner and all the fish would be fine. You see, like the beta fish doesn't really need his own water conditioner. He can be fine with the rest of it. Yeah. So they can deal with changes, but not like drastic changes, like something like that. Like that water conditioner was drastic to that fish. Like they died. Like it was drastic. They could, and they was coated in it. Like it was drastic. Okay, and it's passive. Like I said, they don't really do much changes, and if they have to, it's very slow to it. And their ruling planet is Neptune. Their motto is I believe. Their tarot card is the moon. And that's pretty much. They are the 12th sign, so they rule the 12th house. Alright. About to be a beginning of a new zodiac year with Aries coming up. Yes. But, like, also another thing with the tarot, I say that Pisces is the moon card and the hangman. So that's why I got both. Because the hangman is technically Neptune, but Neptune rules Pisces. But it also kind of sort of rules like Aquarius. But Aquarius is more Uranus, and Uranus is like the star. And it's the star and I think the world, I believe. But either way, I picked these two out to talk to you about Neptune. Right? And Neptune is normally like the dreamer, planet, right? We sleep at night, we dream at night. The hangman is in suspended automation, a sense of up in the air, but he's comfortable being there. So it's pretty much like an illusion. Like he's not really in this like stuck timeout thing, right? But I also have Neptune here. So some little bit of information about Neptune is it rules the hangman, like I just said. It also rules Pisces, but it also kind of rules Aquarius as well. Neptune is in charge of the 12th house and the 5th house. It is the dreamer self, and Neptune's symbol is the trident. Right? And just realized it's a 12 and that's 21. So, but Neptune is all about spirituality, intuition, dreams, and it could be a little bit of confusion. And it's very youthful and naive. It yearning of the soul to break free from the restrictions and the restraints and limitations of the matter and reality. Right? So like at night, like I said before, you go to sleep, you're in a dream state, a sense of animation. And like I said before, the hanged man, not the hangman, Pisces rules your 12th house, or is in the 12th house. It normally affects the 12th house. And hold on, let me see what's in the 5th house, see if that's important. Not important to talk about. Because that's Leo, and Neptune don't really have that much to interfere with Leo that much. Give them an idea, to go after their dreams, but it's really more the sun like pushing them to do it, So your intuition and your dreams and your goals is Neptune, and then the sun card Leo is all like action forward. You get it. Okay. So with the 12th house, it's the house of guilt and selfishness. The 12th house is associated with various things such as isolation and into like hospitals and psychics, or like psychological hold on. Words. Okay. The psychological interpretation of the 12th house is like the suppression, you suppress memories, the subconscious, emotions, feelings, thoughts. Like I said, sleep state. The things that we don't normally think about unless we sleep. And it also is associated with like sacrifice, solidarity, privacy, seeking oneness with one's self, philosophy, introspection, meditations, collection of the unconscious, hidden psychic abilities, limitations, debt of destiny. So like if you have like karmic debt or anything like that, and your faith and your hidden tendencies. And that's all in your 12th house. So whatever is in your 12th house, like I said, it's like hidden tendencies. So like if you can just look at like the dark side of that sign, and see like what that is, and see if you do that, and if you do, look at like the bright side and see like how can you change that. And then your dreams are simply trying to tell you that too, because dreams kept coming up like in a lot of these, a lot of our readings. So your dreams simply trying to tell you something as well. So yeah. Already read the questions. Already did that. So let's see. What? Oh, I didn't read you these. I was like, I'm forgetting to read something. But we have find your own bliss. I am following a path I love, and I am fully aligned to my soul's purpose. And then we also have reach for your dreams. I am the creator of my own dreams and achieve them with confidence. And then we also have the fire wisdom crone. I'm open to all of life wisdoms and share it with gratitude. But like I said before, is with the subconscious or just Pisces in general and fishes, you might think that whatever you're suppressing or whatever in your subconscious is not that big of a deal. But your subconscious is kind of sort of what creates your dreams. So if you're having like nightmares, it's simple. It's because there's something in your subconscious that you're suppressing that you're not paying attention to that is bringing your attention while you're sleeping. It's trying to get your attention while you're sleeping. So you can like see how it's two fishes. So it's your subconscious and your reality. So your reality and the things that you do in your everyday life and the certain parts of yourself that you're suppressed is in your subconscious. And so when you go to sleep at night, right, we have like a dog and a wolf, right? They're pretty much similar. They're in the same like family-ish, right? But they're on two totally different paths, two totally different lines, two totally different breeds for a reason. They're not the same anymore, okay? Like genetically or like certain things. Um, so your certain things in your subconscious is truly a part of you and who you are that you're just pushing to the back end to like be accepted by society or the people around you, right? To be like domesticated, this dog right here. And oh, so like your subconscious is like this wolf, right? This real you, right? And who you really are. And not saying that the wolf can't be domesticated and now it's just a dog. Like, no, you can have a domesticated wolf and that's perfectly fine. You tamed your subconscious and know who you are. You believe, like, you're trusting yourself, you're accepting yourself, you're reaching for your dreams and your goals and your aspirations, and you're doing it for you, not looking for validations for anybody else or somebody to hold your hand, with the negative side being like dependent and codependent, like being this wolf and like that's the wolf, the dog, and being domesticated and having people feed you and do everything for you, right? Because that's damaging. That will damage you and damage the person because you'll be draining that person and you won't know how to pretty much survive or live for yourself or to defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. So if you have to end up going back in the wild, you pretty much just, you know, survival of the fittest. So these came out together, so I'm going to read them together. So we have the end of a tough cycle approaches and a powerful change. Expect a powerful change and bring love to the situation. And that's a full moon in Capricorn, and then a new moon eclipse, and then a new moon in Aquarius. And then Aquarius is supposed to be like a water bearer. Not supposed to, it is. And even though it's an air sign, your feelings, your intuition is like a feeling. It's a gut feeling, right? And you sense certain things, like your feelings and stuff like that. And sometimes we have to communicate the things that we are feeling, and it might be hard to put into words, but we still have to be able to communicate that. So it's like once you realize that you have to communicate your needs or your what you want and what your dreams and your goals, like in a loving way, and find a way to do that, you will realize that you don't have to be in a certain situation or around certain people anymore, that you can just simply put an end to it, and things will change once you realize what you want, speak your mind, and take action on what needs to be taken action on. Because I'm just realizing that there's a lake here, and the lake also represents your subconscious. So something in your subconscious that you could be ignoring, that you need to stop ignoring. Like if it's like a reoccurring like dream, that is for a reason. It's reoccurring to tell you something for a reason, because it's an ongoing problem that needs to get it needs to come to an end. It needs to change. And they're trying to do it lovingly, so you don't like live with this nightmare forever. Like, hold on. Okay. So then we have the full moon in Pisces with balance, your spirituality, and practicality. Right? Balancing your subconscious and your conscious. Your higher self and your ego. Your ego is not your higher self. And your higher self is not you. You could think of your higher self like a conscience, but your ego is not your conscience. And then we have nothing is yet set in stone with minute moon. Right? And they're supposed to be a minute water sign. Like, do you... Like, one day a fish is fine, and the next day, like, it's dying. And then it will know that it's dying, and it might do certain things to prepare for it to die. Like, some of them try to find the most hardest place in the fish tank and bury itself. It's just prepared, okay? Just prepare to die, and it's just like, I know I'm dying. I'm gonna die right here. I'm cool and I'm fine. And it's just like, well, just why? And then some of them would just simply go to like the air vent, the little tank, right? The part that will suck them up, and go there and be like, yep, they're at peace with it. It is what it is. They just go with the flow. They're not just, they're not stressing out about it. But yeah, nothing is set in stone. There's no like script or anything about like how life is supposed to play, how your dreams are supposed to look like, what it's gonna look like. You might think it will look this way, it's gonna work out this way, and then it's gonna be like hurdles or bumps or setbacks that you didn't anticipate or think about or imagine that will happen or think that was even tied to what you're doing or that you needed to get or you needed to know and stuff like that, until you in it. And then once you do that, it's not saying that it's too late to turn back, but it's like because you can always turn back where you want to, but with this little leaf here, there's life there. And if you continue growing, and if you continue going, right, you continue growing and understanding why there's knowledge in your setbacks and the failures, and you learn things that help you grow and move forward, and that your past is just the past. It's It's like a reference point, but it's not like the end all be all. It's you can look back on it, but it's not who you are. You know, your past is not you. You are not your past. You're not the bad things that happen to you. Just bad things happen to you. And once you realize that, you separate yourself from the things that has happened to you, the things that are just simply your past, right? And your past mistakes and failures and stuff like that. You remove yourself from it. You realize the things that you learned, and process the things that you learned, and process the mistakes and the failure, and don't just beat yourself up about it, because you're not the only one that makes mistakes and that will fail and fall short. Everybody does. And we learn from it. That's what science is. It's a whole bunch of setbacks and learning from mistakes. And sometimes you think something works one way, and then somebody comes right behind you and pretty much throw out your whole work and stuff like that. Be like, yeah, no, actually this is what's happening, not that. You just learned something new. It doesn't mean to be upset and be like, well, how dare them correct me. Like, no, you learned something new. Like, what you said does work, but it might not work all the time. Okay, it might work like 40 to 60% of the time, where his theory or whatever he find worked 80 to 90% of the times. His way more than yours, and that's probably what's actually happened than what you're saying. It's not that you was completely wrong. You were onto something, but not fully there. You get it? And that's fine. That's okay. Let's continue going and moving forward. Next, we have Andronians with automat. Nope. And free will and manifestation. Now, everyone has free will and everyone can manifest, right? Our free will is the choices to choose what we want to do and what we don't want to do, right? So, you can manifest all you want, right? And your manifestation can come to you if there's no problems, no nothing. Like, it could come to you, but it's up to you to make the choice to, like, find it for one, and realize that is your manifestation and what you asked for and you wish and stuff like that, and actually like work on it to let it grow and flourish. It's not going to come to you all wrapped up, or like not even like wrapped up and ready how it's supposed to be, like ready all set to go. You have to put in the work and like into it. It's going to come to you like a baby. Okay? You have to pretty much nurture it and grow it until like a full-blown adult. So then when it's all able to survive and live on its own, so you can then might be able to start another project and stuff like that. You got to think about it that way. Your manifestation is like projects. And then we have the blue advians. I know it's birds. Okay? I know the word means birds. Okay? But the word is not coming to me right now. We have philosophy, releasing karma, and mysteriousm. Alright, and then we already had with Neptune here and Pisces that they're very mysterious. So your manifestation is not going to be screaming at you like, hey, I'm your wish. I'm what you wish for. Remember me? No, it's not going to do that. You have to be able to to pick up on it and be like, oh, like, didn't I wish for that? Like, that's crazy. Like, I was just talking about that, and it's like, yeah, just because it's what your manifestation is from your face. But it's up to you to choose it, right? Choose if you want to give to it, work with it, grow it, flourish it, and stuff like that. Learn from it. And, incorporate it into your practical day-to-day life. It's up to you to make the changes that you need to make. It's all up to you. You have to make those choices. Nobody can make those choices for you. Right? Like, like how on your birthday they have candles and they were like, blow out your candles, make a wish, right? If you don't want to blow out the candles, that's fine. that's cool, but it's just gonna leak. The candle's just gonna continue leaking and run on the rest of the cake, right? Or you can blow out the candle and not make a wish, and that's fine. Something still might come to you, but it just might be very unexpected, and that's okay. That's fine. You just got to use your discernment and be like, if you want it or not, if it works for you, and if it doesn't work for you, and if it doesn't work for you, just be like, okay, I'm fine. I don't want to pay attention to it. I don't want to give my like energy or my time to it. I'm good. I'm okay. You can stay over here. I'm gonna stay over here. Focus on what makes me happy, because this is not making me happy. You know, and that's you using your free will responsibly. And then we have the shadow self with denial, projection, and shame. And you see what I was talking about with the subconscious? And it's like the more you deny, or like deny yourself happiness, or deny yourself of what you truly want, right? You will always be, I won't say lost, but you always feel like a sense of loss, or this like mystery, like mysterious feeling of like you're lacking something, or and it's just like what you're lacking is yourself. What you lost is you. Okay, you lost yourself. It's like, how to put, both dogs and cats are domesticated, right? And where dogs, for example, they're, some of them was more like indoor dogs, house dogs. If they go outside, they can't really survive out there for that long. Okay, where cats, they go wandering. They do whatever they want to do out there. Okay, they'll kill a bird, bring it back to you, be like, I brought you a gift. It's just they can survive. They'll be okay. But like a dog might not be okay in the wild by itself. Like it's, I don't say like it's overly domesticated, but like it's no longer what it used to be before. And it's still in it. It's still in them. They can like revert back to it if they really want to, right? And but it has to. They have to release like not like all the karma first, but they have to release the doubt and the shame, the guilt of like the rejection, the denying, and all this stuff. Then realize that you aren't the only one that created like a character or facade, or like a different person to try to fit in. You're not the only person that did that. So don't beat yourself up about it. But you have to stop doing that, because if you don't, then there's gonna be people around you or in your life that simply are there just because you feel like they can give you something that you lack when you can simply give it to yourself. And then that's going to hurt you with this release in karma. That's going to cause a lot more karma, because what you're putting out there is a sense of lack and sense of like shame, guilt, and stuff like that. And then some people will try to take that advantage. Like take advantage of it and try to control you or use you and be like, I'm doing it because I love you. And it's like they're not doing it because they love you, just because it's easy to control you and manipulate you. And then we have Dolphin. I'll read you his quote in a minute. But he is the divine masculine from this deck. And then we have the healer. Right? You taking the control and authority in your own life and not letting somebody else have that control or authority over you and tell you what's best for you and what you should and shouldn't choose. You making those decisions for yourself. And reading between the lines and getting your own sense of understanding of what you want to do for your life. And what parts of your life that is keeping you stuck in restraint, right? Where you're leaning too much on somebody else, right? And these could be like codependent situations, and that is hurting you or harming you. Because in a codependent relationship is pretty much like you need the other person in order to live and survive and to do it. Like I said, like the dog might not be able to like survive in the woods or like be okay out there for like in the night, where a cat could be fine and find its own food and stuff like that and bring you back a gift. Like a dog can't do that. Then to be terrified and scared to go outside is too much. It's too much. Okay? You gotta heal that. But then, like once you realize what is causing it, what is stemming it, where is this trauma rooted from, where is this fear rooted from, where it's causing it and stuff like that, then it will be easy to treat and and release it. Once you acknowledge what it is, you can start working on it. Then we have Oberon. Okay. Okay, I lied. It's not the divine masculine. Wrong person. It's the note taker. It's um. Either way, Delphin says that the water of the earth will cleanse or support or take life. You two are facing a similar choice you had. The waters of earth can cleanse, support, or take life. Neptune, right? And you are facing the similar choice. You can choose to heal or be healed or swim against the tide. Neither is wrong. It is only a matter of perception and choice. You have been faced with a situation at this time and made some bad decisions too. Remember, you are human, and as a human, and as humans must your race make. Oh, remember, you are human, and as humans must your race makes mistakes and on occasions poor decisions. But that is all a part of learning, and it is time to forgive yourself and others and move on. He also says, what is your purpose on earth? He's like a spiritual teacher, spiritual healer, note keeper, stuff like that, a recorder. So, now let's move on to the healer. His message is, I am the guardian of the healers. You are capable of great things on earth, such as a healer and as a light for others to follow. But to do this, you must begin burning brightly and throw your light into the shadow of your world. You're given a great deal of others, but you must also make time for yourself. You need to rest and recharge your energy tank requires refilling, lest you become dissipated. Make time to meditate, rejuvenate, and to rest, and all of the above, to laugh. You may love your work, but it does not define you. You also need time to be you, a wife, a husband, a mother, a daughter, a son, a sister, a brother, or any other role you fulfill. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to read you the short version. The short version to Delphin's quote is, "You can choose to heal or be healed to swim against the tide." And the short version to the healer's quote is, "You may love your work, but it does not define you. You also need time for you." Didn't I say that? Like, your past does not define you. The things that happen to you do not define you. Yeah. Where you're from does not define you either. It's just a place. It's a point in time. It doesn't define you. You may resonate with that and stuff like that, but it doesn't define you. It's a part of you, but it doesn't define you. It happened to you, but it doesn't define you. It's not who you are. Right? And then Alvin, he says, "Nothing in this world you call home is insignificant. Nothing is too big to deal with. No, insurmountable. Sorry. Nothing in this world is too big for you to deal with. Get your feet back on the ground and anchor yourself into a physical reality. In your physical reality, having your head in the clouds will not give you the answers you desire or require. Connect to your base chakra, which is your root chakra, and reconnect with your physical body. Get out of your head and into your body. Release your ever trembling and swirling, there we go, thoughts." I was about to do this. Swirling thoughts. When you are more grounded in this way, you will be better placed to deal with the matters that are demanding your attention. You will then be able to handle them fully and with ease, freeing you to move forward. You have time. Your time is better spent tackling whatever is demanding your time. Dealing with it is totally and then will be in a position to move forward. He finishes saying, "Seek the path of least resistance, and the more you tackle with the problem, the tighter the noose becomes, eventually strangling the solution." So, his short version to his quote is, reconnect to your body and get out of your head. So, like I said before, don't just jump head forward into something. Gather like some information with this philosophy. Read up on it. Who is it helping? Is it just helping you, just for the good of you? Then is it really necessary? If it's not for the good of all, not helping other people, then what is the point? Right? And if it's just for selfish reasons, selfish need, then you might need to work on that, balance that out a little bit. And not saying that it's always got to like help other people and be for other people, but you have to be able to be like self-sufficient, like stand by yourself, rely on yourself, and be able to defend yourself, live by it, like I said, live on your own, be independent from the situation, this person. Because if you're not and you can't, then it's gonna be a codependent situation. And if they can swim and you can't, and they're swimming and now all of a sudden they're gone, what are you doing? You're gonna start swimming, or you're gonna just sink and or go back? Because what are you gonna do? Wait for somebody else to come and like help you to swim and go move forward, or like you have to be able to do something, you know? And I can't swim, so I would have had a life vest. You see, I would have certain options, or I just wouldn't be there. It's certain things. It's out of my hands, out of my control. I'm not being there. Like, it's just, And then it's like the moon keep coming up. But this is kind of like a sun kind of thing. So you could be masking, but trying to pretend like everything's okay when things are not okay. And that's what it's like. Your dreams could be telling you something. Like if it's a reoccurring nightmare, it could be saying like, you can't continue to live like this because if you do, it's gonna hurt you and hurt people around you. And the people that actually love you are the people that want you to change and want you to grow and release this so you don't cause more harm and danger to yourself. And these two came out together, so I'm going to read them together. So we have Kuan Yin with compassion and Yima with hope. Right, the dreams are supposed to be like very nice, very light, like a break from like your everyday to like day-to-day life. But your day-to-day life could suck because you're masking and pretending to be somebody that you're not and surrounding yourself around a bunch of people that is enabling this character of yours and feeding into it, but not feeding into who you truly are. So that's where you feel like something is lost and you lacking something, and it's like it's a mystery. You can't really find it. That's why you can't find it, because you can't find yourself. You have to reconnect with yourself. And once you reconnect with yourself and you start having hope and compassion and love for yourself and hope for the future and wanting things to change and following your dreams and finding that bliss and you going with it, going with the flow rather than swimming against the tide, because you're just hurting yourself by doing that. And only one fish can do that, and that's salmons, right? They swim against the tide, but they only one that can do that. Any other fish, they can't do that. Okay, they're not meant to do that. Each and every thing has its own. Like each fish have their own thing that they do, like in like biology, each certain things have certain things that it do, like certain functions. There we go, that's the word. Certain functions that it do, and if it malfunctions, it's no longer needed for that position. So it's like it can cause more damage to keep it around. So it's just best to tell to get it out of there, to kill it, let it go. Because if you don't, then it's going to cause a whole bunch of chaos that doesn't need to be happened. Okay. And then we have Plenty with Paloma. And then we have, don't know how to say that, with self-esteem. It's just not even gonna try. But yeah, you release this shame and this guilt and this doubt, right? Which is all. When it says get in touch with your back in your body, right, with your root chakra, this is your sacral chakra, and your self-esteem is your sacral chakra, which is your second chakra. So, all this shame and this guilt that you're holding on to, that's making you feel like you have low self-esteem, or creating this illusion in your head that you're not worthy of certain things when you are, because you don't feel confident in yourself. You don't have enough self-love, self-trust, or anything. So you don't trust yourself to do certain things. So you trust other people to do it or tell you how to do it. And you're looking for, like I said, validations outside of yourself, and that can, at some point in time, could be very hurtful, very damaging, because some people will try to take your kindness for a weakness, or just simply lead you astray, or tell you something just to get you out their face. So you have to be able to know what's best for you, to go inside, decipher, find the answers that you want, realize your own dream, and like be able to, like I said, communicate with yourself for one, right? And take attention and like the surroundings, like with have the intuitive empaths, right? empaths pick up on things that's not necessarily said. So like they be able to read between the lines and stuff like that. And you gotta have love and compassion that for yourself, right? To be able to pick up on like secret animosity kind of things. Like if I truly love you, I won't try to like sneak diss you or bring you down in any way, shape, or form or belittle you. You know? And how would you know that? Because you don't do that to yourself. And if you do, that's part of the shadow side. This guilt, this shame, this denial, thinking that you're less than and that you're the only one that makes mistakes when you're not. It's just a learning process like we had over here. Everybody makes mistakes. It's a part of the process. It's a part of learning, right? You don't pass the test like the first time or when the teacher like if we already knew everything, then we wouldn't have to go to school. School wouldn't be a thing, you know? And if by the time you finish school you knew everything that you needed to know, there wouldn't be college, you know? And even for jobs, they train you because even though you might have some knowledge, you might not have the knowledge on their system and what they want to do and what they want you to do, so they still train you. It's, you know, it's important. You always learning. You learn something new every day, right? And there's a lot of knowledge out there and there's a lot of love and compassion to go around, but not everyone gives love the way that it's supposed to be given. Yep. Oh. Then we have, how can I be more flexible right now? Then we have, what are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let it go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be and your trust that the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul's action, remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. And then do some yoga. Right? You're not the only one that makes mistakes or have certain things happen to them. There are support groups for a reason, you know? I'm not the only one. So try finding like a support group. Or just simply try going to therapy. That too. If you don't want to be in a group. Talk to somebody one-on-one. But you have to be able to open up to them and actually tell them the truth. Because if you don't, then you're just going to be on this ongoing cycle of, I'm not the problem, everybody else is the problem. I don't make mistakes. When it's like, you do make mistakes. And you're just prolonging your healing process by not admitting that you make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. You're not perfect. It's okay. It's fine. Everybody has dumb moments. And, you know, make mistakes and fall short in some way, shape, or form. Have setbacks. It's fine. It's okay. It's cool. You're not the only one. It's not the only one. And then we have, who can I serve today? Like my question that I had earlier, like if whatever you're doing, whatever you're manifesting, if it's just, if you think about it and be like, who is this helping or who can this help? And it only helps you, it's not for the greater good of all. So why would the universe or the divine really make that a thing? It has to be like help other people. So it's like, this might be a bad example on her and make a lot of people angry. But let's say it's like a relationship and the relationship's already falling apart, but they're trying to pretend like everything is all fine and dandy, right? And that they are so madly in love, and then somebody come along, and then that guy is talking to that girl, or that girl is talking to the guy, right? And everybody's looking at that guy like that guy is splitting up that family or splitting up the home and breaking the home apart. When little do you know, the home is already falling apart. So y'all blaming the person and judging the person, where in reality, that person is either somebody's wish and manifestation to be able to get out of whatever they're in. So it's just like, you don't know the situation, just leave it alone. Right? Because they both could be miserable, okay? She's miserable. How do this? These two, right? Boom. Right? They're in a relationship, couple, whatever, right? And this person comes and these two are talking, right? They already are unhappy. They already don't want to be together, don't want to be socializing, don't want to be around each other, no nothing, right? So, if you're over here talking to somebody, feel more feelings, feel more connected. This person's pretty much allowing these two people to break up. Is letting this one know, like, hey, what you thought is here isn't here. It's over. It's done with. So you can just simply break up with that person. So you can find something that actually make you happy. And this person can go find somebody that can go make them happy, and then everybody all happy and dandy and things are balancing out. Then just having y'all two sitting here miserable, then this person miserable, lost, like, oh, where's my person? Who am I ever gonna find somebody great? And it's just like, yeah, but your great person is stuck over here in a miserable situation that it doesn't need to be in. Okay? And then this person get all miserable, like, oh, I'm just gonna die alone, and oh, I'm gonna die alone. And you're like, you don't have to, if you have to simply, like, get out of bad situations, rather than like, I'm gonna stuff it out. Like, no, it's okay. Sometimes you have to let things go, and if it comes back, sometimes it's meant for you, or sometimes just come back to see if you're still dumb enough to let them back in. I saw that in the video. Don't judge me. The video hurt my feelings too, okay? Be like, sometimes the further come back to see if you're still dumb enough to allow it back in. And it's just like, oh, okay, free will. Are you going to choose to let that person back in to hurt you again? And then once you set those boundaries and you heal from it and you choose to not to let that back in your life, you release that karma, you learn those lessons, you release that guilt and that shame, and you feel more love and compassion for yourself. Your self-esteem, your self-worth increase because you realize that you do deserve love, you deserve respect, you deserve someone that will treat you with, like, give you love, like, unconditionally, just like you're giving people unconditional love. And just like you're respecting other people's boundaries, you will want somebody to respect your boundaries, and you deserve someone that will respect your boundaries. And you deserve someone to meet you halfway, right? And help you out and uplift you and motivate you just like you're doing for them. And if you're not doing that for them, that's why they're not doing it for you. Okay? But yeah, who can I serve today? And we have, in the world that's lacking soul-to-soul connection, small and simple acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impacts. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? Today's soul's action: listen to your heart. Who needs you? Make one soulful connection today and give solely to spending more love, expecting nothing in return. Notice the joy that you feel when you serve others. Like being a good Samaritan, you don't be a good Samaritan to get something back. That's the whole point of good karma. You just do good just to help people. Not expecting just to get good karma back. No, you put out good to help people. You see somebody in help, you help them. Just to help them. And then we have, am I constantly showing up? Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. See when you sit over here, you see how it comes back? Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and endless vision to stay consistent through your dreams. It's pretty much like being persistent. Mm-hmm. Consistent means like you show up every day, but persistence is like being consistent through like the hardships and the ups and downs. Like you're constantly like going through it, even when it's like good times, you're still putting in the efforts that you was putting in before. Like you might ease up a little bit, but you're not like, let's say like you was going like 60, you might like go 55 like when things are good, but you're not like going down to 40. Like no, you're gonna stay close, so just in case things get bad again, like it's not that big of a hurdle for you to go back to that 60, to that 60% for you to be like, yeah, like let me go back and put in more effort, more time. But today's soul action, it says journal where you could be more consistent in your life and align your soulful goal, and then show up. Like set that intention and then do it. And then we have daydream. Like I said, with Neptune, it's all about dreaming. Okay. You are more likely to easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. But also, daydream is like a form of manifestation, kind of, sort of. So, watch out. Right? Whatever you're daydreaming is pretty much, that's what you're wishing to happen. Right? That's what you wish your life to look like. It's a manifestation. In a way. And then we have relax and open your mind and receive without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity. Then we have play, beloved one. It is time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry, we will oversee your responsibilities to their completion. Playfulness and happiness will lift your energy so that you will return to work with renewed perception and heightened energy. And it's a child. Neptune. You see how it's coming out? Naive, youthful dreams. Kids, they daydream, right? You could daydream as an adult. It helps with your creativity. Like, popped in my head was Jimmy Neutron, his little brain blast and stuff like that. It helps you. Like, making a hypothesis. What do you think is gonna happen? What would you like your life to turn out? What would you like? It's a dream, a daydream, stuff like that. Then you try it out. It might work, it might not work. Either way, you learn something new. Okay, it might be fun. Then we have assertiveness. The situation can be healed gently and with love as you have required, yet there's also a need for your strength and your truthfulness with the other people involved. You will stand. Start that over. Assertiveness. Okay. This situation can be healed gently and with love. So, like they said over here, okay, it could be. Don't have to swim against the tide. Just go with the flow. Things will smooth out. Like I said before, things will start healing itself. Right? It's like, imagine you have a cut and then it get a scab. The more you pick that scab and just gush out blood, it's causing it's not healing. You have to heal all over again, create a scab all over again, just prolonging the suffering and the healing process. So stop doing that. Like I said before, if you go to a therapist and you're not telling your therapist everything and not speaking the truth, they can't really help you. And then if you think that they don't know that you're lying, they know. A lot of people lie to them. They are a therapist for a reason. They're supposed to be able to pick up on that, and then get down to the nitty gritty and be like, okay, now that we have fully gotten open, okay, we have got to this turning point where you're not open and vulnerable to tell me the true feelings are actually wrong. Here's what the problem is, how we could fix it, kind of thing. Like, we can't get to the solution, right, if you're just putting a whole bunch of lies and trying to control the situation and manipulate it or flip it or do whatever you're trying to do. You're going to suppress the solution at some point that it just solution just is no way out. It's just stuck, and it's just like stop. But yeah, the situation can be healed gently with love as you required, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you and as you speak your truth and give you the strength give you the strength and guide your words. Oh, let me do these quotes. So, Kuan Yin is a Buddhist goddess of mercy and compassion, and Yemaya is an African goddess of the sea, and Mona is a Roman goddess of fruitful abundance. Is that Demeter? It could be Persephone's mother, Demeter. And JK, there's a card in there for her. Never mind. It's not, might not be her. But they have similar traits. And a Shinto sun goddess. I still don't know how to say her name. May T-Rusha. T-Rusho? Either way, I'm gonna read your deck quotes. So, Yemaya's quote says, "Don't give up, there's hope yet. A wish will be granted, and a birth is imminent. Fertility is everywhere." Was not talking about a baby before? You have to be able to baby doesn't come out as a full-blown adult. Your wish is not, yeah, like I said before, your wish and your manifestation is not going to come out all ready to go, ready to talk and stuff like that. You actually have to nurture it, flourish it, and make it into what you want it to actually be. And Kuan Yin says, "Forgive yourself, forgive others. Compassion for others' situation is important at this time. Considers others' point of view and choose connection rather than separateness." And then Paloma with plenty says, "Trust that you have enough. Ask and you will receive. It is time to prune," which is to It's the part where the flower grows and is releasing the leaves that no longer, it can no longer support, right, to continue growing. Like the leaves that it has overgrown, outgrown, you can think about it that way, and it releases it so it can continue growing. And there we go. It is time to prune back the dead wood in order to grow. I could have just finished the sentence. I'm sorry. Nourish yourself back to nourish yourself and earth. But yeah. And then there's the sun goddess over here. Says you are enough. Build your self-esteem from inside out. It's yours time to shine and be the sunshine in your own life. All right, so forgive yourself, help forgive others, make you feel better. It's not for them, it's for you. And you won't harbor or carry around all this shame and this guilt and the resentment and stuff like that. You start to release it, life will get a lot more easier. Well, not like easier, but like not as heavy, okay? Because you're the one just carrying that around, not them. You're hurting yourself more than you're hurting them. So just like, just let it go. And then we have music with self-care. And then we have make an altar, which is pretty much just a place in your house or wherever you are that you spend some time with, you sit with. You could drink tea there, you meditate, you think, draw, create, daydream, whatever it is. You just spend some time there to release the stress of the day. Okay? Spend some time with yourself. And then we have meditate. See? Spend some time with yourself. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. For your Pisces season. If you feel like this reading helped you or you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.